My beautiful assistant.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first target is a coin. Question is, what kind of coin? It's a modern coin, so I don't recognize it. Oh, it's a 10 franc coin, so it's 10 French francs. Cool, really cool. Moving on. And the second find is just lying on the surface. I don't know if you can see that here. It is what looks to be a bag seal. It's heavy, made from lead, and hopefully that will have some kind of detail on it when I cleaned it up. But we'll take a look at that later. Move it on. And the third target, with feet in the background, is a bullet tip, which is also cool. Didn't hit anything by the looks of it. It's too nice. And I do have another target. There's a nice looking stone there.
Not that one.
Yeah.
Want to take that?
Helped by my very capable assistant again.
Stop.
Try not to fall over.
What do you want me to carry?
Nothing at the moment. Okay, that one I don't know. It looks to be a piece of shrapnel. That's what I think it is. It's a piece off one of the fuses. Probably. Moving on. Here. I have absolutely no idea, but that's quite heavy. I suspect that might be lead.
Oh no, that's just straight.
Moving on. Well, here's the next target, which is this is brass. It's heavy. That's might have some numbers inside that. That's a piece of shrapnel. This is a World War II area, so we'll be finding plenty of shrapnel. And the other thing we found just now is one of those. And it's a piece of plastic with some metal, aluminium surround. Wonderful. Moving on. Well, can't class that as a metal detecting find because I just saw it shiny on the surface. And it's actually clay, so this is, I don't know, some kind of gaming piece. Don't know exactly what it is. Being glazed, it's cool. Moving on. So more finds with the shell casings. So there's been plenty of action here by the looks of it, and a piece of iron that was in the same hole. Yeah, that's definitely shell casing. Cool. Moving on. Well, the next find is a bit of a surprise. It's very, very delicate. It looks like a ring. It's flat on the inside as well as on the outside, so I believe it is a ring. I'm guessing it's copper or brass, but I think it's probably copper. But I am very, very happy with that. Very cool. Moving on. And for those of you who like bottles, which I know some of you do, check that out. There's, I don't know if it will show up properly in the camera, there's two lions, and there's a shield in the middle with a crown on top. Beautiful green bottle. but it's fairly modern. It's a screw cap, so it's not old.
There's another
But
one.
anyway, moving on. Again, for you guys who like the old burrow digging, let's have a look at this one. Oh, it's a cork top. And it's full of, oh, the bottom's nice. Has spotty pattern on the bottom of it, and it does have a pattern right in the center there too, but from what I can see, oh wait a minute, there we go, there is something on the bottom here, some markings, 10, 7.5 centiliters, 6.3 millimeters, or 63 millimeters. Can't see an actual date though. There are 3 spots of glass there. You can see there's a seam running down the middle of that one. It's not complete. It has a joint in it. That's very cool. Okay, so not really old, but also not so young, I don't think. Cool. Moving on. Couple of finds coming up. RWS 7.64, 7x64 rifle bullet. And this is an unfired. You see by the gunpowder still inside it. It's an unfired round. That one's going to be harder to clean up. So I may not be able to get any details off that one, but anyway, cool. Moving on. Now whenever I'm out in the woods and I'm looking around in amongst the stone piles, this is the kind of stone I'm looking for. Now I noticed along this ridge here there's some stones here, and there's lots of little stones being piled up in amongst these bigger stones, and this hasn't been done by accident. And then this is what I'm looking for, evidence that this has been an area where work has been done. And you can see the flat edge, he's been shaped, so that would have been used for something, or they were going to use it for something and didn't. But anyway, cool area. Moving on. Well, I'm back to this stone again because I got a signal just right next to this stone, and I have seen just the edge of it, so I will uncover it for you now. It's just here, and I should have live dug that one, but yeah, you can just see it here, hopefully. Check that out. By the looks of it, I mean, that needs cleaning. I'll see if I've got my toothbrush with me. It's a brooch of some kind. You can see it's broken off there with the pin. And that looks to be a 4-leaf clover in the center, and this looks to be silver. That's a fantastic find. I'll be back with you in a minute. Well, I don't have my close-up camera with me at the moment, but look at that. That's absolutely stunning. I have to clean it better when I get home, very, very carefully, but that's absolutely stunning. I'm a little bit speechless with that. That's an incredible find. Yeah. So, as I say, to prove my point, if you ever see stones like that that's been worked up in the forest, there must be a reason for it. So always detect around them. You never know what you're going to find. Moving on.
I think that's something from the
Well,
war.
my very capable assistant over here is finding stuff from the war, it seems. Oh yes, it is. That's the fuse, the head off one of the mortar rounds, I think. That's a very cool find. A lot of weight in that, so that'll melt down nicely. I just found that, which is an older piece of copper, I think it is. It would have been some kind of container. It's been squished. But yeah, very cool. And there is another signal next to this, so we'll check that out.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Lots of history in this woodland. Say bye.
Bye.
Always keep your eyes open when you're out in the woods. We've been finding a couple more of these stones with the flat edges. And of course, since we found a piece of silver next to the first one, we're looking around every single stone we find now. But so far, only some iron ore. So there must be a place here that they've worked. And by the looks of it, it might be over there. If you look over here where this trees are, you'll see there's a, I don't know if you can actually see it in the camera, there's like a lump here. So we'll have a look around in there. But I just noticed this, obviously not because of metal detecting, but it's a very small heel of a shoe, and it still has some tiny little nails in, but mostly they're gone. But that's really cool. That would have been nailed onto the bottom of someone's shoe, but it's a small one. Moving on. So this is what I mean, guys. This was the lump I saw in the earth, and you can see just to the side of it, I hope you can see, there's this great big cutout in the forest here. So, and they've banked up all the stone on this side. So my guess is this is where the iron ore is coming from, or this is a rather large bunker set up, so trench, so that soldiers could be in here, because there was a lot of World War II activity here. But we'll detect in there for just a quick moment, and we'll see what is there. Well, in the base of this great big hole, you can see where they've stacked the stones here, which I wasn't sure if there was iron ore coming out or whether this is a bunker. But right in the middle of this thing was this. I've never found one with the ring still attached to it, but this is a mortar. You can see the tail on it, but that would have been a big one. And yeah, very cool, very cool. Moving on. Hey everyone, so a wrap up for this one. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. There's all sorts of things I found. There is shrapnel, plenty of shrapnel, bits of bombs. That still don't know what that is, but it was, by the looks of it, a container of some kind. This, which my partner found just lying on the surface. She had a great day actually, really enjoyed coming out. It was very nice to share something with her. Bullets. Now these are all the same, 1943, so they're all wartime bullets. I like finding bullets, same with coins, because you can get a date off them. That was a surprise. There is some detail on it, but I can't quite make out what it is. It's actually a bag seal, and you know the history that you can find in this area, it's incredible. Modern-ish 10 franc French coin. I can't quite make out the date on it, but no, don't know. Not so old. A ring of some kind. Don't know how old that is, but you know, the look of it, it's not a ring for wearing on a human finger. More shrapnel, more shrapnel. Bullet tip, always like to find the bullet tips. A piece of a fuse out of one of the... this piece is a mystery to me. It's got wood in it. I can only guess that, you know, is it some kind of training round? Or a pointer of some kind, or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe somebody out there will recognize it and go, oh, that's it, such and such a thing. But this time it won't be me. This is pottery of some kind. I don't know if it's a gaming piece, but it's really cool. Found that on the surface. Found a few bottles that I've shown. This is what I think is a cheap ring that somebody was wearing. It's flat on the inside and on the outside, so it looks like it was at some point meant to be for a person. Could be something very interesting. A couple of more modern bullets. That great big fired mortar round that you've seen in the video. You know, that was a dugout shelter, or it was an iron ore mine. I'm not sure which, but either way, it was used during the war also. And that thing, you know, it's great to have all the stones built up around. It keeps you safe, stops the bullets coming in. But you get one of those mortars drop in the middle of that, well, that's a nightmare. And that's exactly what happened. Button, 3-hole button, underwear button, as I think some people call them. And this incredibly beautiful thing. It's obviously a brooch or a pin of some kind, and I thought it was a 4-leaf clover, but I'm not so sure now because of this middle thing, whether it's supposed to be a flower. But the detail on that is incredible. It's beautifully made. There's no question in my mind that that's silver, but as far as I can see, there are no markings. But I, well, obviously was very, very happy to find that. And once again, everyone, thank you so much for watching my videos and keeping track of some of my finds. Some of them are interesting, some not so much, but you know how it goes with metal detecting. Anyway, take care, have fun, and I'll see you on the other side. Moving.